Good, happy Thursday evening, January 7, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Thursday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday evening, so let's begin. First up, we're going to begin with your COVID-19 dashboard from Johns Hopkins University in Medicine. Let's take a look at that information right now for all of you. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. Your global cases are 87,792,629. U.S. cases are 21,503,004. Your global deaths are 101,893,420. U.S. deaths are 364,218. That's a look at your Johns Hopkins University COVID-19 dashboard for this Thursday evening. Now let's get to your other news. We are following breaking news that is coming into our newsroom. U.S. Capitol Police Chief Stephen Sund has pledged to resign, sources say. We will keep you updated as more information comes into our newsroom, but we are just learning that U.S. Capitol Police Chief has pleaded to resign. Take a look at this. The Washington Metropolitan Police Department released these photos of persons of interest after Trump supporters rioted at the Capitol following a rally Wednesday. Let's see the image. Take a look here. Persons of interest. This person, a person of interest. Another person of interest. Another person of interest. All of these images are people, a person of interest for unlawful entry into the U.S. Capitol building in Washington, D.C. yesterday. If you know any of these people, please let the Metropolitan Police Department know. Again, if you want to see these photos, we will share a link with you to this website of the persons of interest. And if you have any information that you can help Metropolitan Police Department, let them know. Trump mulling self-pardon, sources say. Advisors say Trump could face legal jeopardy for encouraging Wednesday's riots. President Donald Trump has suggested to advisors that he wants to grant himself a pardon before leaving office. Sources familiar with the discussion told ABC News. Pelosi, Schumer call for Trump's immediate removal, threaten impeachment. They demand Vice President Mike Pence invoke the 25th Amendment. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer on Thursday called for immediate removal of President Donald Trump following the breach of the Capitol by pro-Trump rioters Wednesday, leading the charge by Democrat lawmakers to unseat Trump just 2 weeks before he is scheduled to leave the office. Beyond D.C., protests rock California, Utah, Michigan, and more. As the U.S. Capitol was breached, Trump supporters convened in other cities across the United States. As riots stormed Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., protests in support of President Donald Trump, mostly unmasked, convened in cities across the U.S. Take a look. California, an event happened. Washington State, event happened. Oregon, an event happened. In Utah, an event happened. Michigan, Georgia, Colorado, Minnesota, Arizona. Not just in D.C., but other places in the United States, protests took place. Cho becomes the first Trump cabinet member to resign because of Capitol storming. The Transportation Security said she was deeply troubled. Transportation Secretary Elaine Cho on Thursday became the first Trump cabinet member to resign because of Wednesday's storming of the Capitol. In a tweet to agency staff, she said she was deeply troubled by what she called an entirely avoidable event as supporters of the president stormed the Capitol building after a rally he addressed, adding that it was something I simply cannot set aside. And, Congress members and senators in New Hampshire, Pappas, Custer, Hassan, Shaheen call for Trump to be removed from power under the 25th Amendment. Pence, majority of the cabinet, could invoke amendment. Let's take a listen to that video.
Energy now offers easy online ordering for local home heating oil delivery.
Yeah, New Hampshire lawmakers say they were fearful for their lives. They also have questions about security, and they're talking about what it should mean to be an American, and they say President Trump has got to go. Senator Maggie Hassan says President Trump should be removed as quickly as possible. Representatives Annie Custer and Chris Pappas say he should be removed by having the vice president and the cabinet use the 25th Amendment to say he is unfit to remain in office. Senator Hassan teared up when talking to the media today.
I love this country as every Granite Stater I talk to does. I'm the daughter of a World War II veteran, and I'm sorry to tear up here a little bit. He always told me that there was nothing America couldn't do when we remembered why we were Americans.
These were thugs. These were dangerous people, and they were not prepared for the level of force that they met, and I want to understand why, and whether it was a political decision out of the White House not to protect us.
We can't afford, over the next couple weeks, to have deep questions, reservations, hesitations about the ability of our president to do the job.
Now, we have not heard from Senator Jeanne Shaheen on whether or not Trump should be removed from office, but just into the newsroom, both Senators Hassan and Shaheen say they have now received the COVID-19 vaccine on advice from the attending physician in Congress because they were in a confined space yesterday with others. Reporting live, Jessica Moran, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video. Over in New Hampshire, today in New Hampshire, Governor Sununu sworn in for a third term as governor. The governor plans to deliver an address Thursday night. That will begin at 7 p.m. We will bring you special coverage of that beginning at 7 p.m. right here on the Riley King Network. Biden picks Mayor Marty Walsh in Boston for Labor Secretary. Take a look. Joe Biden has picked Walsh for Labor Secretary. Also, Biden picked Rhode Island Governor as Commonency Secretary. And now let's take a look at your stock market for this evening. Let's see how the stock market closed for this Thursday evening. And here's a check of the U.S. stock market for all of you. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. Your Nasdaq closed in the green and went up. S&P 500 closed in the green and went up. Gold closed in green and went up. Oil closed in green and went up. U.S. 10-year closed in the green and went up. Euro/USD closed in the red and went down. And VIX closed in the red and went down. And here's a check of your weather across the United States for this evening. In Boston, it'll be 26 degrees with moon and stars. New York City, 30 degrees with moon and stars. Washington, D.C., 29 degrees with clouds. In Atlanta, 36 degrees with rain. Jacksonville, Florida, 51 degrees with rain. Tampa Bay, Florida, 58 degrees with rain. And Miami, Florida, 68 degrees with thunderstorms. Dallas, Texas, 38 degrees with clouds. Phoenix, 43 degrees with clouds. Las Vegas, 39 degrees with clouds. Los Angeles, 47 degrees with a few clouds and the moon. And San Francisco, 47 degrees with rain. And that is a look at the weather across the United States for this Thursday evening. And that does it for this Thursday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for joining us for this Thursday evening. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of the Riley King Newscast. Good night and goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching.